Okay, so that was a practice session. Now I'm going to say it again for the recording. Welcome to our Thursday morning business chat. Gregory and Robin up here in Bozeman. And we've got a juicy call for you today. We want to talk to you about something very exciting that I think I'm looking forward to all of you plugging in and being a part of. So usually we just kind of, I won't say we wing it, but we always have juicy information that we bring forward into this call from our Wednesday directors mastermind call. And the directors all got together and we decided we're going to launch a fall recruiting campaign. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you and give you a sneak preview of what we're going to be launching on our Tuesday night call. So hold on just a second. And I'm going to go ahead, there we go, and clear my throat. There we go. Well, the fall prospecting campaign, or Aruba run that we're fondly calling it, and it may come up with a better name by the time, but our plan is starting next week, we're going to do 4 new live 20 to 30 minute prospecting presentations. Okay. We're going to do 2 midday and 2 evening calls. Wednesday and Friday is going to be at 11 and 2. Thursday is going to be at 5. And I'm quoting 11 and 2. That's Pacific Eastern. On Thursday, it's going to be 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. And on Sunday, we're going to do a Sunday afternoon evening call. Our intention is to provide a recruiting environment, a community process that you can all plug into with your best prospects and say, hey, you can send them a video, do your talk, whatever, make your contacts, but say, hey, we're having a special presentation this afternoon at 2 p.m. if you live on the East Coast, or 11 p.m. if you live on the West Coast on Wednesday and Friday. You don't need to tell them about Friday. The goal is you just tell them about the next one and get as many people on there as possible. We have a lot of people that want to make a run for Aruba, and whether that's your plan or not, our suggestion is that you make a run to get your business to the next level during these next 3 months of September. Here we are, September 1st, October, November, leading into December, which is kind of a slow month because things slow down a little bit at Thanksgiving, and they don't usually pick up much until after Christmas, okay? So it's just the way it is. But September, October, November, the kids are all back to school, and it's prime time. So we're going to create these recruiting events that you can invite your best prospects to, and they're not going to be recorded. They're going to be live only. So if somebody misses one of these calls, you say, darn, you missed it. It was so good, but there's another one tomorrow. Would you be able to make that one? Okay. And that's kind of the plan. So we're working on revising our PowerPoint deck. I'm going to have a number of leaders that are going to be hosting this, along with myself and Robin taking turns. So there's going to be a different flavor and face, but it's going to be the same presentation that everybody's going to be doing with testimonials, on the calls, live testimonials. And then what we're also going to be doing is launching some live onboarding Zooms, because if you get a brand new person on the call on Wednesday and they get someone else on the call on Thursday, that person that brought them, is, if Judy, invites Sally to be on the Wednesday call, and Sally joins, she invites, who's going to train Sally? And if it's Judy Daniel, she is. But if it was brand new Judy, the key is we don't want the blind leading the blind. So we're going to be hosting some live onboarding Zooms to walk people through our simple 1, 2, 3 getting started process, get them acquainted to the Live Younger Success learning platform, and get them plugged into our recruiting and fall campaign. So this is what our schedule is going to look like. Monday and Tuesday is going to remain the same. So we have our Next Monday is going to be different because we're not doing a Monday night call. I'll tell you in advance because it's Labor Day. Okay. But, normally on Tuesday, we do we're not, and we won't be doing our morning product chat either. So both morning calls are canceled for Labor Day. Everybody needs a day off every now and then. But on Tuesday night, instead of doing our LifeWave X39 Health Practitioner webinar, we're going to be doing a launch call. Okay. So no calls on Monday, and we're launching the fall campaign on Tuesday night. So you can see where those 4 calls are, and we'll post this in advance in Live Younger Success Facebook group, but there'll be an email going out about this on Monday or Tuesday, trying to pack the lines for Tuesday night, because Wednesday we begin the recruiting calls. Okay. So here's your homework between now and then. We suggest that you call and check in with all your teammates, okay, and find out how they are, and then did they watch the convention? Yes, no. If they did, you can say, "Wasn't it amazing? Well, I love this part. I love that part." Say, "Hey, if they didn't watch the convention, you can share your excitement and about LifeWave and the convention, and invite them on the Tuesday night call." That's the goal between now and Tuesday night, and certainly you can continue prospecting, because if you sign up a brand new person today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, invite them on the Tuesday night call, because what a great way for a brand new teammate to plug in and get their business going, to have these 4 new recruiting calls in 2 midday calls, 2 evening calls that they can plug into, and have senior leaders in the Live Younger community doing the presentation for them. And we're just going to build so much momentum. Our goal to have as many of you as possible crossing the finish line in the top 100 on December 10th, so we could all celebrate in Aruba next April. But whether or not you're in the top 100 or top 1,000, this is just an opportunity to get your business into momentum during this next 90 to 120 days, during the next 3 to 4 months, because how you end this year is how you're going to start next year. We want everybody to start their year in momentum. So I'd like to invite any of the directors who were on the call yesterday that helped incubate this idea. If you'd like to chime in and share your thoughts and, inspiration about it. I love talking to all of you, and probably all of you get tired of hearing from me all the time, but we love you so much. But this is a group strategy, and this is a proven business building strategy that I know Kai and I and many other leaders have used over the years with other companies, and it just works. So anyone like to chime in, just go ahead and unmute yourself, and we'll open this call up a little bit.
Hey, Gregory, what a great presentation. This is this is Judy Daniel. I loved how you concluded your presentation by saying it just works. And it works for those who work the system. What a great overview you've given. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Judy. And thanks for all your help, because I know that you'll be working with me and Liz on the putting together the onboarding Zooms, so thank you for all the work you've done to streamline our onboarding process with our 2 websites, Live Younger Success and Live Younger Products.
This is Connie.
Hey, Connie.
Hi. I would just say, understand that this is about leverage, and this is about duplication. And we have to be able to have a place to point people. And the larger your group gets, the more critical this is going to be, that it duplicates down and that anybody can do it, and we can leverage the team. So particularly any of us who are part-time, it's critical to get into the system and have the options of just pointing to those Zooms, doing your follow-up calls, having a place to easily point to start the onboarding process, so that everybody has an opportunity to get started right. And then the ones that choose to run will run, and that's where you'll spend your time. And the others all do whatever it is they choose to do, and they have the support of the team.
Right. Well said. Thank you, Connie.
This is absolutely fantastic and exactly what we need so that we can bring people in with ease and we can be consistent over time. And it's an effective use of our time. It's an effective use of their time. They're going to hear a consistent message. It is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hi, Gregory. This is Julianne and Ron. I have a question. Will there be an email that we can send out to all those people that we have recruited, or not really recruited, but sent the video to through InTouch? Because I only have emails to reach out to them. Will there be an email invitation to send out to these for the Zooms, or that would be a generic one that we can just send out? Did that make sense?
That makes a whole lot of sense, and we need to create that, and I'll put that on our to-do list. That's a good suggestion.
Thank you.
Initially, we'll have the newsletter that we'll try and get that out on Monday. So there's, and we'll send it again on Tuesday, which will be a focused invitation for the Tuesday night launch, and we'll talk about the fall campaign. But then it'll be really good for us to have a nice little email that you can all use, copy, paste, and put your own personal stuff into to invite people to one of those calls. Experience has shown us, don't tell somebody, a prospect, about all the calls, because then they'll say, oh, I'll get that one. Oh, if I don't get that one, I'll get that one. And they don't go to any of them. So, you talk to somebody and then you send them a link to the one that they said they're going to go to. And so typically you don't tell them about the other ones. It's a secret that there's more.
Well, you can ask too there, possibly just like you do with the follow-up, ask, what's the best time of day and day of week for you? Or, when's a good time to connect with you? And and you can send that just out generically through text or whatever, when's a good time to connect? And if they say evenings or they say whatever, then you can point to that event. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Here's something you can connect it to, that type of thing. So ask before.
That's excellent, Connie. That makes a lot of sense because, maybe somebody, find out, could we, when are you available? And if they're available on Wednesday, you get them on the Wednesday call. If they're available on Thursday, get them on the Thursday call, or otherwise on the, Sunday call or the Friday call. So, perfect.
Hey, Gregory, before we finish our morning chat, I would love to hear Kai's comments on this. I'd love to hear his perspective. I don't know if now is a good time or later, but please, Kai, before we finish, and thanks for being on our morning chat with us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, Judy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have two thoughts. One is as Gregory mentioned, we've done this other times and it can be highly successful. This is the opportune time during, September. The fall is the best time for network marketing. So it's just a really great time to ramp up your business, and having this support, put your upline to work for you. Really, you've got people like Gregory. I'm sure I'll come in and do a couple, cameos and things too, and Robin and Judy and all the people that are doing this. You've got really experienced people. Well, put them to work for you. Put your upline to work for you, and get them to help you recruit people. That's what we're here for, is you inviting people and us helping you, close them. And I like to say open them to bring them in. But I'd like to say something. The second thing is probably more important than just the encouragement, because I think it's pretty transparent how powerful and amazing and generous this is already. I'd like to make a little contest. I'm just speaking off the cuff right now because I haven't thought it out, but I'd like to put a $10,000 contest for, is this 90 days, Gregory?
Yeah, well, it's through December 10th.
Okay.
The Aruba conclusion.
So this is what I like to do is, it's got a cap of $10,000 that I'll put in personally, and it's for all new directors that are active directors at the time, at the end. In other words, if you hit director during the middle and you don't maintain your director, it doesn't hold. So I want to see people really have staying power. So all people that are not directors or above who are doing this as a contest, if you can reach director, if you're just a distributor right now or a manager and you get to director and you're an active director on the last week, let's say the last week, I will pay you $500 per person up to 10,000. In other words, I'll pay 20 people that, and if there's more, then we'll have to prorate it, like, you know, share it, like maybe it might be 400 per person. So that's kind of I want to limit it, so I have a $10,000 limit. So up to 10,000 I'll put in, it'll be 500 per person, and if there's more, we'll have to prorate it a little bit to add the extra directors that are active at that time.
Can you clarify?
Oh my gosh, Kai, no
What a
wonder
gift.
I wanted to hear you speak. Thank you, I love
What
your
a gift.
generosity.
And how
Wow.
generous. Thank you, Kai.
Kai,
Connie,
can
you have a
you
question.
clarify a little bit more on, we're talking new directors that hold through the competition?
No, I'm not going to be that tight about it or want to track that carefully. It has to be someone who's not a director currently. So it
Yeah,
means
so new.
manager or distributor can get to director if they are an active rank of director on the last week of this contest. If they are active that week, they qualify.
Okay, thank you.
It's a little simpler, and they can get $500 unless there's more than 20 people. If there's more than 20 people, we'll have to prorate or average whatever the number is. If it's 30 people, we'll divide it by $10,000 and they'll get whatever that is. So
maybe some other money will come from somewhere else. But
okay.
This is incredibly generous, Kai. What a wonderful gift to the Live Younger community you've just offered, you know, to the next 20 directors between now and, since we're announcing it today, I think, you know, we could start it today. But you know, so September 1's a good time. Anybody goes director between September 1 and December 10th, you know, for the first 20, it's a $500 bonus, as long as you maintain your directorship through the process.
Well, they don't maintain it every month. I don't want to get into like,
not every, but the last week you have to be in qualification.
I want to see that they're still active at the end, even if they kind of lose it a bit and then get it back again. That's cool, you know, but I want to see them active on the end of the competition. I want to cross the finish line as an active director.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, Gregory, can you unmute us all so we can give 3 cheers and thank Kai for his generosity? Oh my gosh, you're amazing.
Thanks, Kai.
Yay.
Yes.
Hi, Jacobson is
awesome.
great.
Thank you so
Nice.
much.
Thank
Thank you.
Great job, Kai.
Awesome.
Generous.
Woo, we're in it to win it.
You are directors already, but this will benefit you by having people under you become directors. You know, we'll encourage them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it will help everybody.
Wow.
Everybody can win.
Well, your generosity is so appreciated, Kai, and your wisdom and experience, because you know what a campaign like this can do for everybody individually and collectively. You know, as we fall into this last trimester of the year, this last 4 months, pretty hard to believe, 8 months down, 4 months to go, and it'll be 2023. And we want everybody to be incredibly successful and have as many of you as possible Aruba qualified. Any other questions or comments from anyone? This was the main thing we wanted to share today. So I don't know of anything else that we needed to cover. I think this is a big subject in itself.
Greggy, am I correct in understanding that the first call will be on the, what did I say?
I'll bring the
September
schedule.
6th? Is
I'll
that the
bring-
first
I'll
call?
bring the schedule back up real quick. And I didn't put dates on it, but we're going to officially launch the program next Tuesday evening. And then our first call will be Wednesday. So what is the date for next Wednesday? Is it the 6th?
It's the 7th, September
7th.
7th.
So
Yeah.
Wednesday, September 7th will be our first one. Then Thursday, September 8th will be our second, and et cetera. And they'll go forward through December 10th. Through the end of the contest. And we may back it off for the holidays. We may continue. That'll be up to the group's, energy and desire, but we're going to keep it going between now and then. So Heidi, go ahead.
I just had a quick question. I just jumped in about 4 minutes ago. Is there a Live Younger recorded call from Kai on doing vision boards? I just wanted to make sure that I'm in line with making sure that I get to Aruba, but now that I'm not a director, I want to make sure I get on that 500. And I'm wondering if there's a presentation on vision boards in the Live Younger community.
I don't remember doing a specific talk on it. We talk about it as parts of calls. I haven't done a whole focus call, and we have talked about it. But I can really quick summary of it. It's we don't do the long version.
Actually, Kai, let's hold off on that and keep it for another subject. I want to keep us focused on, because there's a couple other hands up. I want to keep us focused on the campaign and
No
not
problem.
take us off, because that's such a big topic. I think Judy Daniel might have done one back when, but I don't exactly remember. It's a good question, Heidi, and we'll see if we can't find that for you. Otherwise, it might be a good subject for one of our upcoming Thursday morning calls. Janet, go ahead. You've been instrumental in incubating this program. You want to share a little bit?
Yes, thank you, Gregory. And not to be picky or perfectionist, but dates are important. The contest ends on December 11th on a Sunday.
Oh, it does. Okay,
But
good.
we talked about some changes with corporate, but I think you've got it. People go, well, wait, the 10th is a Saturday. Do we still have Sunday to qualify? Because that's the end of our week. So just saying 11.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that clarification.
And I'd like to make one more clarification about the contest. We have to come up with some way who's participating in it, because there's a huge group under you, Gregory. And I'd like to let them have some access to that too. So it's not all the directors in the 100,000 people in your downline. So I think they have to somehow send something to you saying that they want to participate or something in this, so that and we can make it open to like Mike or those group and some of those people, but they have to say they're participating, because otherwise every director might hear about it and sort of say, oh, I want to get that too, but they didn't get on the calls and participate in what we're doing. So somehow we have to show some level of participation in these calls.
I love that. I think that's a requirement that they're plugging in to the fall campaign. The Aruba run, whatever we decide to call it, we'll have a final name for it coming out on Monday in the newsletter. But I thank you for that clarification.
Yeah.
Kay Lebecki, you had a question.
Yes, good morning. I'm sorry I was not on the entire time, so I don't know if this was covered, but I think it bears repeating if it was. What will the access be to these calls? Live Younger Zoom, Live Younger Chat?
Yes. Yep. You should be seeing my screen. It's liveyoungerzoom.com.
Oh, I didn't look up there. I was just looking at the schedule. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That was my question. Thank you.
And I'm sure you weren't the only one that didn't catch that. So thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, it'll be Live Younger Zoom. That's our handle for our public and Zoom calls.
And if you were to synopsize what these calls are about, are each one of them the same? Could you do that in one short sentence?
It's going to be a structured PowerPoint presentation live with one of our top leaders going through LifeWave, X39, David Schmidt, the stem cell revolution, and just the benefits. It's going to be our storyline, the LifeWave X39 storyline in PowerPoint presentation for new prospects.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And they'll all be the same, but with a different flavor, because different presenters. Yeah, Jerry, you got a question? Go ahead. You're still muted. You muted yourself. You were unmuted. There you go.
Okay, sorry. I didn't think I heard this mentioned. How long is the call going to be? So we can let our people know.
There'll be 20 to 30 minutes. We haven't pinned it down because we haven't finalized the PowerPoint. But less than 30 minutes for sure, and closer to 20 if possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Any other thoughts, questions, or good wishes? Well, I'm just very excited to be doing this with all of you and for all of you, and really look forward to everyone plugging in and building a momentum. Momentum, is magical. You've heard us say, success is not magical, it's mathematical, but momentum is magical. But you got to work it to create it. And once you get momentum, in this business, in this profession, there's nothing like it. It's something that once it gets started, you couldn't stop it if you wanted to. If Robin and I, died in a plane crash on the way to Italy or on the way back, or just decided to just pull up stakes and live in Italy, this business would continue with or without us. And the same, if Kai, if we moved on to another planet somewhere, we've got momentum here with you. And we want each of you to have that kind of momentum, that your business takes on a life of its own. And it's really a beautiful thing when you get to what's called critical mass, where you get enough key people that won't stop even if you do. And because of that, you won't, I promise, because it's just so invigorating to be working with a team of committed players that are on the field with you. So does anybody have any final comments? Otherwise, I think we're right at the bottom of the hour. We'll bring this call to a wrap and get back to work to get ready for the launch of the campaign next week.
Thank you.
You're all so welcome.
Great
Thank
meeting.
you. Yay. This is awesome.
It is,
Thank
isn't it?
you.
I've
Thank
never
you.
seen anything like it.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Gregory. Woohoo.
It's
Gonna be
so,
fun.
Woohoo.
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Where's the replay of this? I missed the first 14 minutes.
It's playing live in Live Younger Facebook.
Got it. Thank you.
And it'll be posted later on today into Live Younger Zoom.
All right.
I mean, Live Younger YouTube.
It's okay. My son got his braces on this morning, so I'm happy.
All right.
Younger YouTube. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Live Younger YouTube is where all of our replays reside. But
Oh,
most
okay, good.
calls like this, they're live, being broadcast on Live Younger Facebook. You can go
Okay.
liveyoungerfb.com and get there. And it takes a little bit. Actually, it doesn't take long. I think it's almost instantaneous. You could probably go, when we stop watching here, you could probably go there and start all over again. Facebook's pretty prompt.
Thank you, Gregory. Thank you, Kai. Thank you all.
You're also welcome.
Thank you, Todd.
Bye-bye. Have a wonderful week.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.